Take one. Go.
Time to rock and roll.
When we first started, it was at Dean's house. And I traveled to Texas. He was supposed to drive to my house, and we were going to do production at my house. And we talked, and he said, I'm debating you coming over here, you know, because I'm going to miss my kids, and, you know, there's other stuff going on. And I said, you know, that's a lot better, because I can make a good host, but I'd be better at his place. He has the studio and everything, you know, be in Texas again. It just worked out a lot better that way. So that was the start. And then first rehearsal, you know, when I met back up with Dean for the second time and I met all the session players, that was great. They were so fast. I've never had a rehearsal like that.
We're on the other side of heart of iron, waiting for the sunny day.
And then middle eight.
Middle eight, G minor.
Sing it to me again.
Still moonlight on the water. September rain.
What is that? Is that a C7?
C minor.
That's C minor.
Yeah.
So Dean, my producer, he reminded me a lot of Rick from Rick and Morty. Rick Sanchez. The way he talks, he's very brash and he just like doesn't really care what you think. He'll just say what he is thinking. He doesn't care if he's gonna insult you.
You're failing me. And if you just please get the fuck with the game. All right, do it again.
You see the way he talks to me.
All right.
Dean is quite the character, and I'm always very happy to work with him. I'm not even drinking right now, so just wait till you see me drinking in the studio.
No one likes you. Get the fuck out.
So I like to play a video game called Overwatch on the Xbox a lot, and I was playing one day, and this guy said, good job. At the time he was working, and I asked him what he was doing. So he's a producer-songwriter, and I was like, okay, big deal. Who have you worked with?
Well, actually, to be fair, what was going on was he was hearing Pro Tools clicks as I was editing. I was editing a record I just done in Nashville, and like I didn't even know he had a mic. And then I said good job to the team. He hears jamming, and he's like, so what do you do?
It's all nonchalant. Yeah. Style is East West.
We recorded Sweet Oblivion Tastes Like Peaches at East West Studios in Los Angeles. It's on Sunset Boulevard.
Doors open.
All right, great, thank you.
A lot of big names have been in there, just like a lot of truly gifted artists. In the room that we're in, room 2, REM, one of my favorites, has recorded 2 records there. Tom Petty's been in there, AFI's been in there, that's one of my old favorites. I believe Justin Bieber's been in there because there's a foosball table in there that he put in. Go Bieber. My session drummer was Dave Krusen, and he was the original drummer for Pearl Jam, and he's fantastic. He's a rock and roll Hall of Famer, and now he plays for Candlebox, and hands down, best drummer I've ever worked with. Yeah, we had Kevin Haaland from Skillit. He's a session player now. Fantastic. You know, it's funny, Kevin, especially when he's smoking a cigarette, he reminds me of Tom Waits, because he just has this cool top hat, and he's really laid back, you know. Yeah, Kevin Haaland was our lead player, super cool guy, love his style. Kury, yeah. Don't forget Papa Kury, Kid Kury. Yeah, he's from Candlebox. Yeah, Adam's just the bomb. Like, really, like, overseeing, like, he helped with the production as well, and he really paid attention to where the songs wanted to go.
And that's awesome if you can visually cue us too in there. Everything helps.
God, it's just super cool. I really enjoyed getting to know Adam. Matt Fuller. We had Matt Fuller from Puddle of Mud, and what a stylish guy. Love his pants. It is so punk rock. And the way he wears his headphones, it's like he's in Star Trek or something. He like wears in the front right here, and I was like, dude, what's with that? He's all, can't mess up the hair. And I was like, dude, gotta pick up your style.
Yeah. And then you do the riff. Do you still want us to do that?
That would be cool.
About you.
You're going to be there. So let me just explain to you. Basically, the way we're going to do this is we're going to cut the main. What you're playing live is going to be scratch with probably. I think this is going to be your vocal.
All right.
And then later on to do an overdub, we'll probably use this mic. So this is just to the side for now.
Okay.
But this picks up a lot from around it, and we don't want to have
And you
too
said
much
guitar is
acoustic
going to
guitar
scratch.
bleed.
We're not going to actually use that take or something?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
for
Well,
sure.
just because if you're going to play and sing at the same time,
Yeah.
there's going to be too much bleed.
Yeah.
And
Sounds
if we
good.
want a final vocal, it's not an ideal situation.
Hat mic check, overhead hat mic check, overhead.
Other side, please. I just want the 6.
Sing and play the double chorus in the end.
For Adam?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, you ready? 1, 2, ready?
Falling in now, and I want you to know never let you down, never let you go. And see you walking by, say hello.
Yeah.
Falling in now, and I want you to know never let you down, never let you go. And see you.
Save the quarter notes for the chorus.
Yeah.
So
just
come
go nuts on it.
Come back with a party beat. The
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool. Totally. No, you did that at the right place. You just went too long. There's another part that I have for you later. So when it gets to the sexy part, when we start letting it down, yeah, just cut out and I'll show you another.
Okay, cool.
And so one of my favorite moments was we went out for a smoke and we come back in the control room and the camera guy is playing the piano and Dean hears it and he's like, the way that sounds is just glorious. The mics are in certain parts of the room. And he said, Zach, do you realize this is what, when it gets really inspirational, he says, do you realize like how fortunate this is? He said, do you realize this is your piano sound right here? I was like, yeah, this is nice. He was like, yes, exactly. It's a nice piano, but it's way far apart. It's nice and echoey. You dig? And I was like, yeah, dude. He was like, okay, you tell your camera guy he's on the record now. I was like, oh man, Nick's gonna love this.
Roll that camera.
I'm rolling it right now.
Listen to this.
No, it's in. Can you bypass? Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds really pretty.
It's only 2 mics,
Really?
but I have
The ones inside the piano.
but I have a secret.
What's your secret?
No. So those 2 mics that are in the piano now, that was my decision today. We lost our drummer, said goodbye to him.
Yeah.
So we had these 2 really nice numbing U67s up. I'm like, dude, drop them into the piano.
Yeah.
So we did that. That's those mics.
They sound beautiful.
But all these weird talkback mics that everyone, like Adam and Matt and everyone was talking into, like they accidentally captured Nick jamming the other day. They were like late. The reflections were late from these weird 57s around the room.
Yeah.
That's the main tone for me.
Sounds amazing, dude.
Yes, it does. Thank you. Well, my point was, I have direct mics now on the piano.
Yeah.
That's what you're hearing. It's nice already. I have those if I need to punch. If I need to punch things like in the mix, up, back down, everything's ambient again. You see? I'm using all those weird mics from the room.
Yeah.
You see? So I want you to hear the piano. Isn't that nice? It's good.
You know how it goes.
Get the fuck out of here, Zachary.
So do you expect this to happen?
This is freaking crazy. I just spent like the last, I don't know how long practicing in the room where I think John Mayer recorded his last album.
He
Freaking
did.
nuts.
One of the greatest pleasures about this was that Zack brings in this fucking white idiot. And you wowed us in the house, well, the pre-production house. So obviously you're a musician. No, let's speak together for a moment as a couple of artists. You're a YouTuber, musician, you record yourself, you're always learning something about what you're doing. I mean, we know how this goes. My kids aren't as old as you, but they're kind of from that same generation of kind of teaching themselves what they're doing. What's become very obvious to me is that you've obviously kind of done that with yourself, and you've been kind of teaching yourself.
Totally.
Dude, when it comes to pop piano, I wouldn't be surprised if I hired you again. Okay, so my question was, do you know what an 8-track is?
No.
The 8-track was the precursor, the thing before the cassette tape. And they would go into like your cars, and when someone who's like under the age of 40 thinks of an 8-track, it's like when they were like kids. And that's how they would listen to like the Grease soundtrack, or they would listen to the Beatles or Led Zeppelin, if it wasn't a vinyl or something. It's nostalgic. It reminds Americans of an old time.
With the honor of having Nick Gulan on piano, 8-track is done. I'm gonna have to do more vocal stuff with Dean tomorrow, perhaps. It'll be at a home studio, but East West is done for today. For tonight, 2 days, knocked out, badass. It's gonna be fucking great. That's what it is.
Would you still believe that this frequency could be strong enough to keep me in your arms? When the sun don't shine and the rain is off, now it sounds just like music to my ears. A sound I could listen to.
Dean's so funny, he'll break you down and tell you your shit until you just can't take it anymore, and then he builds you back up, and then you have the most confidence you've ever had.
Who the fuck's this fucking guy?
The sleeper cell.
Following me around, his dick out in the camera. It's weird. This is my favorite view of Chad.
What's the BPM?
124.
18.
These are your glasses.
So they got the brand new house.
Don't break them.
Yeah.
Ew, I don't like this. Stop.
I'd fucking kill it, dude.
Yeah, that felt pretty good.